morning, CHS Warriors. Welcome back to the CHS News. I'm your host, Noah.
And I'm your host, Matthew.
And this is our April Fool's segment, even though it is past April Fool's.
Since it's getting to be April, weather's starting to get hotter, so let's check the weather for the next week.
Well, welcome back, Warriors, to a little segment I like to call El Weather. To jump right into it, Thursday we're going to have showers and thunder showers in the morning, then cloudy with a slight chance of rain. The high is going to be 70 degrees and the low is going to be 48 degrees. Friday is going to be sunny with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. Saturday we're going to have sunny skies with a high of 74 degrees and a low of 53 degrees. Sunday's going to be sunshine and mixed clouds with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 57 degrees. When we come back on Monday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies with a high of 79 degrees and a low of 59 degrees. Tuesday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies in the morning, then cloudy skies in the afternoon, with a high of 79 degrees and a low of 59 degrees. Then finally on Wednesday, we're going to have cloudy skies, then partly cloudy in the afternoon, with a high of 79 degrees and a low of 60. That's going to be all for the weather this week. I hope you guys enjoy your Wednesday.
Gee, thanks, Ethan. You know, Matthew, now that it's spring, baseball season's starting back up. Let's see what Giancarlo has with historical sports.
Welcome back to Historical Sports Warriors. I'm Giancarlo, and I'll be taking cover for Isaac and Rick. And today, for the first event, we'll be talking about the first Olympic marathon in 1913. The New York Highlanders play the first NBL game as New York Yankees. They lost against Washington Senators 2-1 at Griffin Stadium. The last event in 1934 Stanley Cup Final, Chicago Stadium, Chicago, Illinois. Chicago Blackhawks beat the Illinois Red Wings 1-0 double overtime for a 3-1 series win. Blackhawks first Stanley Cup. Thanks for watching and have an awesome April Fool Warrior Wednesday, Warrior.
Noah, how do you personally feel about baseball?
You know, baseball for me is kind of like an ostrich. It sticks its head in the ground, and that's really the only exciting thing that happens.
Alrighty, let's get to Tanner's Random.
This is your host here,
Tanner on Random.
And today we're going to be talking about my favorite superhero, Spider-Man, specifically Miles Morales. First, the intro to the movie is like any other Spider-Man movie, and it shapes up pretty well, as per usual. The introductions of the villain and all the new characters are pretty good, with the villain emo kid that has nothing left like Miguel, and Spider-Man causing Spot to be what he is now. In this movie, Miles is a simp for Gwen and wants to stay with her, but she tells him that he can't and runs away, causing Miles to go with her. That's when the movie really starts, with millions and millions of Spider-Man on the move to capture Miles and to bring him back to Miguel. But Spider-Man doesn't stop running and gets into an alternate universe where he's the Prowler and his father is dead. Now it's a race to see who can get Miles first, Miguel and his troops to end off Miles, or Gwen and Peter to bring Miles back to his universe and rescue him. But that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed on Tanner's Random, and have a wonderful day, Warriors.
You know, Matthew, I got a pretty nice ride this summer. Speaking of cars, let's get into motorsports.
Hello, Warriors, and welcome back to Motorsports. I'm your host, Noah Hanthorne.
I'm your co-host, Michael King.
We're going to be taking over for Ghost this week.
This week, we're taking a look at Deadmau5 Pereira, which got him into legal trouble with Ferrari.
In 2014, the music artist Deadmau5 purchased a Ferrari 458 Spider and wrapped it with a Nyan Cat livery.
Along with this, he replaced the Ferrari badge with a cat and the word Ferrari with Ferrari lettering on the back of the car.
It was only after he took it to the Gumball 3000 and put the car up for sale on Craigslist afterwards when Ferrari sent him a cease and desist for the car.
But instead of getting his car taken away, he ended up reversing the mods on the car, making it into a white car with pink calipers.
And that's all we have for motorsports this week.
Have a good rest of the week, Warriors.
You know, Matthew, it also has a pretty nice camouflage color.
Will you shut up about your car so we can move on to the next segment?
Hello, Warriors. Welcome back to Today in History. I'm Trey Watts, and we'll talk about the Titanic. On May 31, 1911, it launches and sets sail on its main voyage from Southampton on April 10, 1912. It had over 1,317 people on board, with 322 in first class. At night, while it was sailing through the North Atlantic, it came across a giant iceberg. When the captain saw it, he tried to turn the ship, but it struck through it and caused a huge dent. After striking the iceberg, the Titanic broke apart and started to sink to the bottom of the ocean. 706 people survived and 1,500 people died while sinking with the Titanic. It even took 2 hours and 40 minutes for the Titanic to sink to the bottom of the ocean. After that, RMS Carpathia arrived about an hour and a half after sinking and rescued all the 710 survivors by 9:15 on April 15. Finally, they arrived in New York City. So this...
Wow, didn't know that happened. Let's move on to Combat Cashmere.
Hello, Warriors. Welcome back to another episode of Combat Cashmere. And today, I'm your host, Ruby, and I will be taking over for Cohen and Justin. So, as you can see here, I have 2 hatchets. Here's both of the hatchets. As you can see, both of the hatchets are, they've got tan on them, but one of them's like a rectangle-ish, and one of them's a circle. There are 2 different ways to open up the hatch on the top and get inside the tank. So, we're going to go where the brownish hatchet is, and we're going to go onto that side. Yes, this tank was actually used in battle a very, very long time ago. This tank, however, is now inactive. Otherwise, they would not have been able to show me this tank. Obviously, you see stuff like grenades and signals and cartridges and first aids. There's like a... So the second side, you've got more rusty old stuff. There's you can see like a lever almost. You can see the eyepiece where they used to see through. There's the barrel, then that's the opening. Some more of the pictures of the outside. And if you're wondering about height, it does look bigger in the movies, but in person it looks pretty big. But yes, that is the conclusion of my Combat Cashmere takeover tank. I hope you all enjoyed the video of the tank that I got to see. Shout out to the tank guy. Thank you, tank guy, for letting me show off this really cool tank. And I hope you all enjoyed.
Now that was an astonishing tank.
I agree. Let's see what Cohen hates today on Cohen Hates Everything.
Hello, Cherokee. Welcome back to Matthew Hates Everything. I'm your host, Cohen Edmondson, and today we're going to be talking about something I think most people hate, and that is people with really loud cars. I think it's really dumb to be modifying your car to sound louder. I think cars were made to get you from point A to point B, not to deafen those around you. I know most people don't like hearing it either. It's not cool. It's kind of just lame. And don't get me wrong, car body working on cars is cool. Make your car faster, make your car whatever. But when you just do stuff to make it louder, that's lame. Do something more beneficial to your car. I think that it also makes you a big target. I notice a lot of cops will also pay close attention to people who are making their cars louder because typically those are more reckless driver people. I think that it's annoying. I can be walking with my noise canceling headphones on and I can still hear your car louder than my music. That is crazy. And I'm Cohen Edmondson, and I hate really loud cars.
Don't forget to check out our unaired segments on our YouTube channel, CHS News Warrior Style.
And tell us how we did down below on our Instagrams, our behind the scenes, as well as our main.
And don't forget to follow our TikTok as well.
Don't forget to like
and subscribe.
And have an immaculate rest of the week, Warriors.